Hello guys, Shadow Sabbath here, and today I am doing the episode for Amphibia Season Finale True Colors. It was supposed to come out yesterday. It took an extra day. Usually I wouldn't be too happy because I like when things have a time and keep it. But this episode was so good, it was worth it. Nearly every theory, nearly everything that was said about the show in the past kind of came in here. I mean, it's like they threw every theory that they found online into a pot and it worked. I don't understand how, but it worked. And there's a lot more I want to say, but I'm not going to spoil the rest. So let's get into it, guys. So like in the last season finale, we do start off with, I don't want to call it a recap, but just what was happening the day when they all left and where Marcy was the whole time. She was studying in the library at first. And then after she's told to come home by her parents, she ends up running away from home. And later on in the episode, we learn the reason is because they were going to be moving, meaning she's going to have to leave basically all her friends. And in the library, after a great Bill Cipher Easter egg, I need that, she ends up finding something called the Calamity Box. So theory number one, that was proven, guys. Everybody said Marcy may have known more about the Calamity Box before they left. And it is confirmed she did. She actually saw it and it said goes to other worlds. She didn't know for sure. But still, she had a thought that it would work, and that's why she wanted them to get the box. Present day, they're basically all walking inside. That's really it. And as they get into the castle right before they give Andreas the box, the Toad and Sasha Grime grab the box away from them using Grime's tongue. And the reason they're actually wearing hoods isn't because they're sneaking around, it's because all the planters, Anne and Marcy were planning to show them and tell Andreas about how much they helped later. So, to get control of basically everything, Sasha ends up holding the box over the edge and saying she's going to smash it if they don't stand down. So basically they all stand down, they take King Andreas to the dungeon, which is actually the dungeon we see in the promo. And first off, I have to say, they did a great job with the promo, because it showed next to nothing that was in this episode. It basically steered everyone in one direction, where nothing was in that direction. So then Sasha ends up taking over, and after lying to her friends again this time, and really angry, and is also, after refusing to be sent home by Sasha without the planters, she ends up going into the dungeon along with King Andreas. But there comes Yunan, who ends up coming down on all the guards and knocking them all out. But then the turning point of this episode, after they basically want to redecorate the castle, they tear down I forgot what it's called, not a poster, but something hanging on the wall, and they see under it King Andreas' true intentions. And one thing I didn't notice the first time is, guys, if you look, you can see the eyes of the monster we actually saw with King Andreas. And we also see the Moss Men. And then we see the three girls, which I found really cool. So this is very interesting because it shows that, yep, everyone was right about him being evil. Nope, he's not going to use the Calamity Box for good things. This is all such a bad idea. And then Sasha goes to actually warn Anne because, they can't give it to King Andreas. But after all the lies she'd given, why would Anne believe her? She doesn't really think about that, and after fighting with the Heron sword, which is actually a gift from Grime after the capture, Anne wins and still opens the gates to close the gates to a Toad army coming, stopping them, meaning there's no more attack on Utopia. And that at first confused me, because I feel like this whole episode is leading up to Utopia being sieged, and in the first 10 minutes or so, it's over. Remember I said every theory came true, guys? Nearly every. Theory number 2 that came true. King Andreas reveals that, no, his ancestors were not just people peacefully looking for places. They were conquestors who came to different worlds, basically destroyed everything. And he wanted to finish what they started. Next, guys, we have a flashback of what Utopia was when they had the Calamity Box, and when I saw this, I already knew what was happening, guys. Frobo. Theory number 3 that came true. People said that Frobo was probably connected to Utopia because of the technological advance. Then, guys, I went crazy when I saw this. We see the Toad that we saw with King Andreas, and we see a small pink, I don't know if that's a newt, but, guys, tell me that tone doesn't look like Sprig. And then he even goes on to say that The reason he did all this is because somebody betrayed him and took the box from him. This is theory number 3 right there. That Sprig's mom took the box. And I find this crazy. But the thing is, I'm starting to wonder if this is more of an ancestor of Sprig rather than Sprig's mom, seeing as King Andros has been living for thousands of years and he looks pretty young compared to now. So I feel like this could just be an ancestor. But that still counts as theory number 3. And then we learned that, yes guys, all those weird buildings that had these machines in them, yes, King Andros controls them, and when he puts the box in its place, everything turns on, and a bunch of kind of weird-looking Frobos come in. And King Andros is done playing being nice, like, for good. And we learn everything. Basically, we learn Marcy told everything to King Andros about how they got there, what she knew, which he eventually reveals to the others, making them not trust her now. He reveals everything that she knew about it before, and apparently she knew this was all going to happen. She just thought no one would get hurt because that's what King Andros said. And he even said that he honestly doesn't care anymore. He says that he would say whatever he wants just to make her get the charges box. So after this, we learn that the true reason they're here is because Marcy wanted to go here because she didn't want to be separated from her friends. Which, explains a lot. Seeing as when we saw Sprig is her first true friend, in the whole description, everybody was theory number 4. Marcy did know about it from beforehand. But after being revealed all this, and she now knows why they're in Amphibia and they didn't get Marcy, she says something quick, but it really shows how far Anne has gone and grown. She says that Sprig is now her best friend in any world, that is a big stretch. Before, he was just a friend. Now it's her best friend in any world. But Marcy and Sasha can really understand why she's saying that. So then Marcy basically is talked about now she's going to be all alone. She didn't want to be all alone from moving. And when Sasha and Anne are going to fight it, which is crazy because this is the first time they've fought together, a real enemy on the same side the whole show. He brings out this, I don't even know what to call it. It's like a lightsaber mixed with a sword. This thing is so cool. And caused the big fight. Next, no, this is not fake. Polly does end up getting legs in this episode. Also, it's right after Frobo gets destroyed and right after King Andros tries to smash Polly to pieces. She actually ends up running away. And I'm so excited to see these legs in the future, guys. Just this face. Then to make sure they put the calamity box back, he threatens them and then throws Sprig out of the roof. So no, this is not fake. It actually did end up happening after they threw Sprig out the window. Oh, and when I say everything happened, I do mean everything. And not fully charging the box caused her to still have her powers, with King Andros recognizes and wondering why she still has powers, and she turns into this, who physically fights and nearly destroys King Andros, but he even says that she cannot control it yet, so he can't let her live. I guess she's off to the side. Marcy takes the box and does something with it, I don't know, to make a small portal open. And then it ends in the way that I don't think anyone could have expected. Marcy gets stabbed, and yes, you see this correctly. Anne and the planters, along with Frobo's broken head and arm, are all transported to Anne's world. This is probably the biggest, wildest theory that actually came true. Everything else seemed like it had a bit of base. I've never seen a show have the end result done to a point where they have to reverse the end result of her going home. The whole show's been about Anne going home. Season 2, we get her going home. But now she's going to have to go back to put the planters. I'm so excited. I don't understand how they're going to pull off Season 3. But that extra wait was worth it, guys. And I tell you, if I have to wait a year for Season 3, I am smashing the computer I'm using to record this. No, I'm not. But still, guys, it is crazy that they're actually going to be in Anne's world. I can't imagine the episodes. I mean, think about it. This means no more help from anyone in Amphibia. I don't understand how they're going to get back. This also means that Anne's going to have to go home. Are they going to be now adopted into Anne's family? Which would be hilarious and ironic. And then 3, is she going to go back to going to school? 4, is she going to tell people where Sasha and Marcy are? And then 5, what is this season going to be about? Is it gonna be about life in this world? Them just trying to get back? Are we gonna flash between Utopia, maybe Sasha and Grime on the run, or prisoners? And here, oh, it is crazy. So I feel like season 1 was leading up to Sasha. Season 2 was leading up to Marcy. I mean, season 1 from the beginning. Second we saw Sasha, we knew she was a liar. And then the next time we saw Sasha, we knew she was a manipulator. With up to the season finale. When we saw Marcy, we knew she was somebody who was very smart and knew a lot about this world and loved this world for some reason. So that's really it. I mean, what is season 3 going to be about? I mean, it's going to be the last season of the series, so I'm really excited, guys. I'm just so annoyed that we're done with part 2, but I should be happy that there's a part 3. Imagine if they ended it like this, guys. Imagine if they ended with them just being in this world, and we have to imagine what happened next. People would probably, hate the show. Well, that's gonna end this, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Have a nice day. Man, this episode was epic.